All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest. And Utah just got a big time commitment from Idaho Vandals running back Anthony Woods. This guy is a big play threat. He has the type of speed and agility to take any play to the house. Seriously, a guy that reminds me a lot of TJ Pledger, real similar, kind of like a smaller back, but a guy that's real shifty, plays tough as a runner, but also has that ability. Maybe not that third gear, but a really good second gear to take it to the house and really make big plays. Super exciting player, guys. We're going to break him down. We're going to talk about what he can be for this team. You know, there's a lot of rumors going on. A lot of people are insinuating that Jaquindon Jackson is gone. I've heard a lot of hype around that idea. You know, nothing's confirmed yet, and I'm not going to make any statements on that because we don't know yet. But I do think this is a sign to tell you that could be the case. But even if that is the case, this is a good veteran running back, a guy that has 2 years of playing experience at the FCS level at a high level, and he's playing well. You guys, this is a good running back, just so you guys know. Don't let the whole FCS thing fool you. This is a good running back. He's a talented player, and I think he'll bring a lot to this team. Before we dive in, guys, please make sure you guys smash that like button. That'll help get the video out to more Utah fans. Also, comment down below as we go through this video. What do you guys think of Anthony Woods? Do you think he's a big-time player? How big of an impact do you think he'll make? What share of the reps do you think he's getting? I'd love to hear what you guys think. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we put out a ton of Utah Utes football content. So if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you guys stick around. And finally, share the video with a friend. You know, you could retweet it, direct message it to a friend, whatever. Let's go ahead and dive in. Let's talk about Anthony Woods. All right, guys. So check him out here. Anthony Woods from the Idaho Vandals. He's a guy. He's listed as a freshman here, which is a little confusing considering that he has 2 years of playing time where he got quite a few carries both years. Maybe he's a redshirt freshman. My guess would be that he has at least 2 years of eligibility left. I don't have an answer on that. If you know, comment down below. I'd love to know what's going on there. But in general, guys, check it out. Check out the stats here. So Anthony Woods, 2 seasons. In those 2 seasons, he had a total of 361 carries for 2,003 yards. Both seasons, he averaged more than 5.5 yards a carry or higher. Those are really good numbers, guys. I don't care what level you're playing at. And if you are playing at a lower level, it is really good to see a number like that stick out. And over the course of 2 seasons, he had 19 touchdowns. This past year in 2023, he had 16 of those 19 touchdowns. So a guy that is a big playmaker and a guy that totes the rock. He's not just a little shifty guy. Receiving's not even that big of a part of his game right now. It's not a ton of his stats. He likes to run the ball. He likes to, get between the tackles, bounce it outside, and break one off for a huge run. Seriously, a guy that's got 361 FCS level carries and is still averaging 5.5 yards a carry. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And a guy I'm excited to get in here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and break down some cool PFF stats for you, just kind of give you an idea of the level of player we're getting in Anthony Woods. All right, guys, so let's check out some PFF stats here, or PFF grades. I want to show you guys some numbers here. So check it out. So this is filtered by FCS running backs that had at least 150 rushing attempts. So these are guys that got a decent amount of carries. And what I want to show you guys is when it comes to running backs that got 150 rushing attempts, first off, Anthony Woods is graded out as the 12th best running back in FCS out of 36 guys that received 150 or more carries. For total touchdowns, Anthony Wood is 16th in rushing touchdowns or third in rushing touchdowns with 16 touchdowns. Offensive grade, like I said, 12th place. Total yards, he's pretty high up as well. He's 8th there. So a guy that racks it up, yards per attempt, he's 13th, tied for 13th. So the reason I'm showing you guys all this, and just to be fair, FCS is graded a little higher on average from what I notice, But this is him compared to other running backs in his realm. What other running backs are getting this many carries and are putting up these kind of numbers? So he's in the top third of all FCS running backs that got what I would consider, reasonably high volume. So I think we should have some faith in the fact that this guy brings a lot to the table. Seriously, I think we're getting a good player here, guys. Like I said, reminds me a lot of TJ Pledger, and I love the stats you see here. So a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, good, one of the better yard per carry averages, and a high PFF grade. So kind of checks all these little boxes that we're looking for in a player. All right, guys. So that's Anthony Woods, big time player. There's a really sick highlight. You guys can check out where what team was he playing? Lamar University, and he breaks out this like right before halftime. They give him a little carry, and he breaks it out. I posted it on Twitter. If you guys check it out at Utah Utes Balling, he breaks out this 78-yard huge run, awesome play. But overall, like I said, reminds me of TJ Pledger. I know we looked at a lot of stats. There's not a lot of film review here because he's playing in college football and they flag the video if you do a college football film review. But I'd say I'm pretty excited for the kid, seriously. And I think, I'm not going to make any declarative statements, but I think this means there's a really good chance Jaquindon Jackson is actually gone. I'm not saying he's gone. I'm saying there's a very good chance he is. That makes this running back room very youthful without Jaquindon Jackson, right? It's a very young room that could use some veteran leadership. This guy can come in and be that veteran presence. I see him actually getting a good sized amount of the work this next year. I mean, we're gonna have Mekhi Bernard and we're gonna have Jalen Glover, and I see this guy working his way in kind of as the TJ Pledger and that 3-headed monster, similar to 2021, right? And then we got those young running backs. I mean, it's a great room, guys. A great running back room with 3 guys that have a good amount of experience. That look like they're going to be good. It's just the young guys need to kind of earn their spots, and I think these guys will push the young guys to do it. A lot of talent to check out. Before we get out of here, guys, please make sure you smash that like button. That'll help get this out to more Utah fans. Also, comment down below. What do you guys think of Anthony Woods? How excited are you for him? How much of a role do you think he plays in this offense? And what kind of numbers do you think he puts up next year? I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'm thinking somewhere in the 100 carries for, I don't know, 100 carries, maybe 425, 450 yards is kind of what I'm thinking. Something in that range. I think that'd be pretty realistic. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We put out a ton of Utah Utes football content, and I'd love for you to be a part of the community. Also, if you haven't already, share the video with a friend. Retweet it, post it on Facebook, direct message it to a friend, whatever. I'm out of here, guys, and go Utes.